Scorpio. Well, welcome to this week. Welcome to the new energy, and welcome to a healthier, stronger version of you in terms of how you've grappled your mind and gotten that bitch to be where you want it to be. Because our minds, especially as water signs, are one of the wickedest things for us to actually grab onto. And a lot of times the way that we end up dealing with our minds is to either, depending on which water sign you are, but for you guys, just hardcore it and like tie it up and put it under pressure, or completely ignore what's going on inside. And this time around, there's just this energy of actually being able to process what it is you've learned from the past and use that to your advantage. That's not to say things are going to be easy. And it's interesting because the vibrations I'm picking up on are very similar to the energies that Leo was experiencing last week, but not as rough. You guys, this is more on the up and up. This is on the upswing. And if you would like, I will attach, I'm looking at the timestamp there, I will attach the Leo video from last week. I just think it's really interesting that all my fixed signs, because Taurus had a similar energy too, all my fixed signs are experiencing that similar energy of recognizing and realizing just how powerful their decisions are, and how real magic in this world, and I've shared this with you guys before, magic in the 3D world is manifestation. It's not that Harry Potter, wave your wand, poof, something happens kind of magic, because these laws of physics that we have to work in, they just don't move like that. But that doesn't mean magic isn't real. It's just, it moves at a slower pace because the matter is solid. And so to move it and shift it, it takes more time. But a really strong-minded person knows that. And they know that it's more, in the 3D world, manifesting things and shifting things to your will, it's a lot more a strategy game, moving things around. And sometimes you got to move these things out here. You ever know, one of those games that we play as kids with all the pieces on the board, and you have to set them up in a certain configuration, but you got to move the pieces out here first in order to move it's like a Rubik's Cube. People who are really good at that know that it's all about seeing all the steps out, like seeing 20 steps out, being like, I know I got to move this here so I can move this back here, and this is still going to be over here. It's all about knowing and being able to keep all that organized in your mind. And that's what I'm talking about. It's this energy where, and I say ride this bitch like Seabiscuit, man. Ride this energy as much as you can, because if there's a clarity, not necessarily even just mental, but in terms of your willpower, of realizing now, okay, I might have to shift things a little bit here in order to actually make this work over here, and that's what's going to clear the path forward. Okay. Because as long as we stay focused on our goal, really, the plan in between should be improvised. It should be. It should be. And at this point, and that's where the wisdom is. I'm not saying y'all got it all figured out. What I'm saying is there's a wisdom in the understanding of, okay, if I have to step here, I'm stepping here because I know these two stepping stones in front of me. If I step there, I'll collapse and I'll fall, because I still want to get over there. So I may have to jump here and then up here and go around this way, because you are seeing that straight direct path is treacherous or unavailable. It doesn't mean, and this is where the wisdom is coming in, it doesn't mean that you're not getting there, because you're still focused on the goal, right? It's got nothing to do with you giving up. And I was having, anytime my channeled messages come through in conversations with myself, right? You didn't know that, but that's how they do. And I was thinking, You know, there's a difference between giving up on something that you want because you don't believe in it anymore and you don't see it in the goal, and a big difference with realizing that there may have to be a couple steps in between to get to the goal that you want. But as long as the goal that you want is still that primary focus, and what you're doing is maybe you're doing it to subsidize, you know, your like say it's a job, for example, right? We're talking about it's your dream job. It's what you've always wanted to do, but right now the money ain't coming in the way that you need it. And yeah, I mean, this is not a fucking movie, right? Real life is not a fucking movie. But a lot of times, especially water signs, we get so into the romance of it all, and then we get disappointed when it doesn't match that ideal. And it's like, fuck the ideal. The ideal ain't real, but the real is ideal if we accept it for what it is. You know, it's like the imperfections of the 3D world aren't necessarily judgments being cast or things being held against us or signs saying, no, it's not meant to be. It's just the, like, literally knowing that don't take it personally. Don't take the challenges or the obstacles personally. That's what the mentality is. And being able to do that emotionally, not taking those obstacles personally, is going to get you so very far, because you got to grapple on it, man. You got to hold on one of the most difficult things to do, especially for water signs, which is to not take shit personally, you know, and to keep yourself open enough to be flexible and dexterous so that you can move, duck, and weave the way that you want to. In other words, we make our goal, whatever that goal is. Now, this could be raising your child, this could be a romantic relationship, this could be a project, your business, whatever that goal is, we've made it, this is the mentality now, Scorpio, making it more important than the challenges that are blocking you from it emotionally. Because it's when we get lost emotionally that our mind just starts to run crazy all over us. And that is not going to get us anywhere. So there is a sense of really understanding how the universe has helped you. Gratitude is the abundance on which, gratitude is the river on which abundance flows. It really is. And realizing, starting to see, even through challenges, what you do still have, how good you are at what you still do, and realizing that that's it, man. That's what makes you worthy. If you're really good at what you do, if you really know that something is meant for you, then it don't have to move fast. A lot of times we get disappointed because we're waiting. I'm seeing hummingbirds fly outside. That's a really beautiful sign, because you also got hummingbirds as one of your cards. So let's get into that. But we'll get into that. Just let me finish up. I see something at the top of that tree. So what hummingbirds do is they remind us to be in the present moment, and that life is really beautiful and there's sweetness to be had right in front of us. That's what hummingbirds remind us of. So that's a little bit of a preview into these cards. Nice preview, right? It's good stuff. But I think what I'm trying to say is that it's not all about instantaneous gratification. A lot of times people get very discouraged when they come up against challenges, because what it does for them is it almost like, it's almost like they're reading it as a bad sign, or taking it personally, like, oh, the world's against me. It's not against you at all. At all. At all. It's not against you. You're against you if you continue to beat your head against things that hurt you or harm you. If doors are being closed time and time again, why are you still knocking upon them? Okay? It's about focusing on the goal, not the path, right? What does that mean? Focusing, say, on love or success, as opposed to, but I have to be loved by this person right here, right now. Ouch. Ouch. I think I'm gonna get a bruise. And then like worrying about, and then like taking it personally, like I'm always hurting, I'm always in pain, I'm always suffering. Now, with you guys, it's really interesting because you actually learn through pain and suffering. So if you've been beating your head against a specific door, it is because you still want a lesson from that somehow. But you could empower yourself, and this is the energy vibe that you can ride that can take you so much further now, is you can realize that. You can realize that I'm beating my head against this door and allowing this blood to pour down my face and this concussion to happen because I still want to know more about this kind of wood that the door is made of and how strong it is. And I'm going to start ascertaining all this shit. And this may be a challenge, but I'm going to take all this challenge and everything I learned from this challenge, and I'm going to absorb it and learn. Right? So now, even the pain and suffering becomes part of your strategy to get to your long-term goal. I don't know how long you want to beat your head against that door, but if you're beating your head against that door to learn about its weaknesses or to learn about your weaknesses so that you can strengthen them, that's the mentality that is empowering and will help you get to your goal, whatever your goal is, as opposed to taking it personally, being like, these doors never budge for me, and it'll never open for me. It'll never open for me because God hates me and the world hates me and everybody hates me. That mentality will keep you stuck at the door and make you kill yourself, because you really then are just tormenting yourself for no reason other than that's the only thing that's giving you instantaneous gratification of any kind. It's the only thing that's giving you an instantaneous response. And you're stuck obsessing over the instantaneous response, even if it's pain, as opposed to looking at the long-term goal. So it's like, yes, even if we're suffering right now, now you have the power to take the suffering and use it toward your long-term goal. See it as a resource instead of a judgment or a condemnation or forced isolation or exile. No, instead, it's lesson. It's lesson time. It's school time. I'm going to learn all of this stuff, because that's really that high evolved Scorpio mentality of, I'm going to learn from this pain. This pain is going to make me stronger. This pain is going to make doors open up for me, or me realizing how doors work so that I can open them up for myself. But so many Scorpios get stuck in the rut of not doing that. They're just so consumed by the sensation of the pain because it's familiar, it's recognizable, and it's instantaneous. So even though you're suffering, you're not suffering for the reason of the long-term goal. You're suffering for the reason of the instantaneous gratification, like a drug. But here is this wonderful energy, Scorpio, where you can now crack that addiction. And it's not about the instantaneous gratification anymore. It's about the long-term goal. And I don't see a whole heck of a lot of suffering, but even if there is a sense of seeing the wisdom in it. So let's get back into the cards. And Hummingbird was your first card out. It is be in the present moment. Be in this present time. Be here right now. There is love and honey all up in your life. It's available to you. You do have to know where to find it, but you do. Your natural instincts will lead you toward the sweeter aspects of what you have in front of you right now. This is a card not only about beauty and love, but it's about mentality. It's about being able to see what you have in front of you and find the sweetness in it. This is love. This is Libra energy, and it is all about beauty. It's all about something that's very attractive and very sweet and very succulent and very attractive. And it may be, I say it because this is still a general reading. You add in whatever is appropriate for your situation, but it may be different from what you're normally used to seeing, or you may just be all of a sudden now seeing the sweetness and the juiciness in this. So there may be this new opportunity in front of you that you're just spotting or recognizing, or because you're looking at things in a different way, you're seeing the potential that wasn't, maybe the potential was always there, but until we recognize it, what is it? You know what I'm saying? But this is like, it's dawned on you. You've seen it. Suddenly you can see the sweetness, maybe just the sweetness in living for the moment and being in the present moment and really being able to focus on front of you. Of course, it could mean that unexpectedly a Libra or somebody with Venetian energies, could be a Taurus, has shown up in your life, and suddenly there's this loveliness that you see, a loveliness that is more delicate, more gentle, more calm, maybe a little bit flighty and odd, as in eccentric. There is just this energy of suddenly something catching your eye. If you ever seen a real hummingbird, at first you think they're a bug, and they move so fast it's almost like you see them out of the corner of your eye first and they just catch your attention. It's almost like that. It's like out of the corner of your eye, something is gonna catch your attention. You're gonna see something that's all of a sudden, it's like something that you would not have noticed before, but you have noticed it now. And once this is something you will not be able to unsee. You will not be able to unsee this. You will always be able to recognize it moving forward. Believe in yourself is here, and this is Virgo energy. And this is building for the future. It's planting seeds for the future. It's trusting your instincts and knowing that the hard work is worth it. That what you are doing is like you're building your future. You're taking these seeds, you're not eating them. You're either storing them away or you're planting them so that they grow into trees that provide more seeds, so that more acorns, so you don't have to go looking for them, right? Instead, you have your own tree, it'll yield. This is about yielding fruit and seeing that it's about the long-term goal. This is Virgo energy. Virgo is always about the long-term goal. It's always about nurturing and cultivating something for the long term. So it's not necessarily about feed me right away. And and why is that card believe in yourself? Because you really do have to believe in yourself in order to play the long-term game. Love is all around. Whoa! That's pretty obvious, but what's not obvious is this is Gemini energy, this is Virgo energy, so this is Mercurial energy. Double down in your reading here. So you have listening and talking, being able to communicate and articulate your ideas, and really grapple your mind, organize your mind in order to speak clearly. Or see the opportunity that was unseen. This is more hidden energy, Piscean energy and Taurus energy. This energy of the moon, the things that are maybe not so obvious, or potential that was hidden. There's a lot of abundance here that was hidden. So I don't know if communications have just come through, or you've finally been able to articulate what it is you feel, or get those mechanisms of organization all in line, especially when it comes to your mind, your mental control, because that's really what Mercury really dictates, is your ability to have control over your mind. And that's why you become so dexterous. Seeing all of a sudden this hidden abundance. Now, hold on. Now, this also is, all these cards together, a sense of something that has been growing over a long period of time. And it could very well be romance that has been growing over a long period of time. It was the long game. Is finally reaping some abundance, is finally showing itself and being recognized and realized. It depending on where you are in your life, especially with your relationships, there is a sense of this long-term interest finally coming back around. I would say back around, because this is Gemini energy, Virgo energy, and Neptune is still in retrograde. Very interesting. And Uranus is in Taurus. So this person would be somebody who is extremely quirky. This person would be somebody who is extremely unique. This person would be somebody who lives in the moment, which is why those series of moments might have carried them away from you, or you from them. But there is this sense of, at the very least, the richness of their presence is coming back into your life. Even if it's just you finally being able to be, because it could have taken you many, many years, to finally be able to be okay with your relationship, or how it ended, or saying goodbye to them, whatever your circumstance may be. There's a sense of a seed that was planted a long time ago, whether it be of your love or of the relationship, or of the pain that you suffered, now blooming and blossoming into something that you can use. We have more Virgo energy here. There's lots of Virgo energy here. You may be dealing with a Virgo, or simply, like I said from the channeled message, immediately assuming that Virgo superpower, which is to take what you have in front of you and organize it to the most fruitful capacities. You know, they are really good at being able, not just about organizing and scheduling, it's about being able to see, work with what they have, and stretch it. Virgos can stretch resources really well. And that's the mentality that you're working in right now, is being able to take what you have, even if it's dark and painful, and stretch it and make something work out of it. This is a very abundant time for you, right? Something that you have been working on is coming to fruition. It's starting to multiply. It's starting to pick up, turn over, move, right? Could very well be fertility itself, because this is my fertility card. So you could be having another baby, which might end up being a Virgo. But ultimately, so you could actually, this could be a very good time for conception if that is a concern for you, or it's something you've been long-term goal. This is a really good time. This is also a sense of just things that you, it depends on where you are in your time frame right now. So it's either, this is a really good time to, once again, plant all the seeds, because if you plant them now, the intention set now will really become prosperous, right? Or you're at the other end of it because you set these intentions a long time ago and they're coming to fruition again. But there is something that you had invested in really exploding and taking off. Now, these are the interesting set of cards. I know. I'm in Arizona now, guys. That's where I am. And today we're moving on to Nevada. We're going to spend 2 days in Nevada, and then we are going to, no, not Vegas. I mean, I guess I'll go to Vegas at one point, but yeah, trip to Vegas with my son, even though he's 20, not necessarily my thing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. I don't really want to know what he's going to be up to in Vegas. And I sure as hell don't want him to know what I would be up to in Vegas. So, you know, it's not like Vegas is something that we have to see right now. But I am almost home. I am almost in California. So, just to update you guys on that. These are the two really interesting cards. Let It Shine. This is you. And this is Aquarius. This is basically the highest evolved form of Aquarius. Understanding what's best for everyone. Being able to work for the greater good, right? And take advice. And it's like you finally found in all your pain and suffering, you finally found the wisdom. You finally found the reason why it was best for you. You finally were able to see it. Could have been through counseling. It could be that if you have been going through counseling, it's finally paying off. It's finally working. It's finally starting to like, oh my God, light bulbs are going on and breakthroughs are being made. There's a sense of a huge breakthrough being made. Now, it could very well be that if you're dealing with an Aquarius, it's like all of a sudden the light dawns on you, oh my God, it's them. Or just a sense of recognizing and realizing why you had to have the experience you had to have and what it really means for your future. So much potential here. Finally being able to spot and understand why you had to go through what you had to go through. And in a lot of ways, being able to communicate that and teach others. Perhaps being able to even share with others or show others why things have to be the way that they are. Why things have to be the way they are. Or why things had to go the way they had to go. In other words, the most wonderful blessing with this energy is the release, the relief, the letting go, the self-forgiveness, the forgiveness of others, the ability to not hurt, at least for a while. So these are your angel messages coming up, Scorpio. These are your angel messages for Scorpio. Scorpio needs to know. Whoa. Divine intervention. Let's see what the angels have to say. You may feel frustrated because something stalls or comes to a standstill. Ooh. Progress seems painfully slow. We just talked about all this. Yet this is a blessing. It is divine intervention at work. When the timing is in perfect harmony, all will come to fruition. And I just used that word. Whoa! That is a confirmation of everything that you're feeling and suspecting. That, yes, finally realizing they didn't hate me because they closed those doors. They loved me because they closed those doors. They needed to stall. Things needed to stall. Somebody wasn't ready. They weren't ready. Ooh, another card has flipped. Imagine. Okay, I love you, angels. Wow. Clearly visualize the life you want. Feel it in your heart and soul, and so it will come to be. Oh, it's literally like a confirmation. You know what? I put that wall up on purpose. You wanted a specific kind of life, and I'm trying to give it to you. So keep that goal, focus, right? It's not that I'm denying you what you want. It's that you were trying to get it from the wrong places. And maybe the next place you tried to get it from was just as wrong as it's like you didn't learn your lesson. And now it's like you're realizing, oh, I want love. I got to stop falling for these kind of people. If love is my goal, if pain and suffering, like what's my real goal? If pain and suffering is my real goal, I'm going to keep doing the same thing, falling for the same kind of people or the same person over and over again. Right? But if love is my goal, I'm going to let that shit go and just let love guide me. And follow love and the feeling as opposed to the high. Right? So this is divine intervention. Literally, Jesus just saved your life. The angels, the universe, this is intervention from above to really come in and help to steer you to where you really want to be, as opposed to where you think the answer is. And you're getting it. You are, and the two cards match too. They're the same color. Guys, this is amazing. This is a huge breakthrough. Huge. See if we get one more card. We got one more card. No, we got two more cards. Ooh. Once again, same color. Same color. Positive thinking, which can be a struggle for a Scorpio. Positive thinking is vital in creating a healthy and abundant life. A positive attitude along with positive beliefs and thoughts are crucial ingredients for creating happiness. Don't worry, think love. You take what you need to from that, but holy shit. And when I say it's all just about seeing things from another perspective. Not seeing these challenges or struggles or the suffering that you've been through as strikes against you or people being against you or the gods not loving you, but instead realizing, oh, they're trying to teach me, they're trying to redirect me. They've been trying to say this the whole time. So it's really a sense of, once again, you being able to grapple your brain and get it to do what you want it to do instead of it running wild. Last but not least, forgiveness. I have to say, whoa. This reading is a very powerful time for you. You are letting go of some old shit that did not serve you. Let the past go. Clear your heart and mind through forgiveness. And forgiveness is, once again, not us condoning the bad things that have happened or that people have done, but us just letting it not have power over us anymore, including ourselves. Sometimes we get into this rut of thinking, well, I've allowed it to happen this long, I guess I have to keep going, and realizing, no, you don't. It's all about forgiving yourself, putting yourself in those compromising positions and realizing it was a lesson, not a lifetime. Wow, you are moving on. There is a huge shift in a circumstance that has been with you for quite some time. Maybe you've finally been able to say something. You're finally being able to communicate what it is that you feel, what it is that you want, or what it is that your understanding of the experiences. Finally being able to put it all into, organize it enough to actually be able to say it and put it into words. Now this could be your energy or their energy. Let's see what the tarot has in store for you. This is stalled efforts. Could also have been a car accident or felt like one. This is Cancerian energy. That was at the top of the deck. Let me see what's at the bottom of the deck, because that's usually what I take from. Yep, and a tower. Ooh. So this could have been a like these two cards together, I always say these are my car accident cards. So there could have been a really tragic accident or if it wasn't a car accident, there's just something that all of a sudden happened. It could also mean that whatever stalled, whatever stopped, whatever was going in an irresponsible, reckless direction, that a change came in and happened. A divine intervention is what the Tower is. So there's a sense of you were going in the wrong direction. Maybe you were being reckless, or somebody that you know was being extremely reckless, and now all of a sudden, bam, something stopped them. Something stopped them big time. Let's go into tarot. The link is below. I'll see you guys in the extended.